Assalamu alaikum, friends. Good afternoon to everyone. Well, friends, today my dear brother is visiting me, Vladimir, in fact. I want to introduce our guest to all of you. Vladimir is one of the most honorable sons of our motherland. He is honorable because he has shown himself with dignity in the ring, honorable because he conducts himself with dignity in life, and honorable because he is directly involved in the special military operations zone. He is honorable because he fully dedicates himself to patriotic education, to the youth, and to nurturing his own spirit, so that his spirit too remains in a patriotic state. So yes, there were times when we weren't acquainted yet, as they say, and I told him that. Sitting in the same boat, so to speak, rowing in the same direction, we somehow managed, as they say, to splash each other. That happened too. But thank God for everything. It just so happened that only 2 years ago, right? Yes. 2 years ago, he came up to me and we met in person, face to face. And since then, we've been in touch all the time. Honestly, I'm glad that we have a brother like Vladimir. And truly, every time I talk to him, I'm happy that he has such a bright mind. And he has such a good, God-willing future ahead of him, specifically to guide the youth and set the tone for them. So, Vladimir, thank you for coming. Of course, I want you to say a few words. Say what you would like to say. And then I think I'll finish saying what I wanted to.
Aptarovich, first of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to communicate directly. Your selfless service to the motherland serves as an example not only for me, but for many thousands of young people. And it is precisely on such examples, on such people, I believe, that the times demand we raise the younger generations. And today we started talking about the Piotr tournament, a tournament I have been organizing for the 4th year now in memory of my late brother who died in Gostomel. But the tournament's full name is the Piotr Tournament and All Heroes Who Died Defending Russia's Interests.
Excuse me, let me interrupt. Piotr is Vladimir's brother, who heroically died in Gostomel. So once again, Vladimir has the right to speak today, on behalf of the heroes, on behalf of our Russia, and on behalf of the patriots, because his family has already given too much, probably for us to win, and continues, as they say, to give everything it can to our country, with Vladimir himself doing everything he can. So I apologize for interrupting, but please, go on.
Artem Ivanovich, I would like to say that the subject of our conversation has become the discussion of holding the 5th anniversary tournament in memory of Piotr and all the soldiers who died defending Russia's interests. We intend to hold this tournament soon in the Moscow region, in Lyubertsy, so that it will be as easy as possible for everyone to get there from every corner of our vast motherland. And the mission of our tournament is to show that sport is a powerful, unifying force. Regardless of religion, regardless of nationality, all the guys who will step into the cage or onto the sports field that day, every move, every throw, every action, every emotion from the fans, everything should be aimed at supporting our guys on the front lines and at recognizing and honoring the heroic deeds of those who unfortunately are no longer with us. And this tournament, which will take place in the summer of 2026 in Lyubertsy, should become, in my opinion, I would really like it to become a new starting point to somewhat reboot mixed martial arts. People often suggest to me the word demarginalization, learn to demarginalize, but by using that it's as if I'm slightly discrediting my colleagues in the field. I would rather say education, more about spirituality, more about the spiritual component. Unfortunately, in the pursuit of the dollar, many of our colleagues in the industry start to forget about principles, about honor and dignity, things that are lacking among young people today and in general are a kind of cornerstone. I also wanted to announce that we are planning to launch a student mixed martial arts league. And for us, this is also a very important direction, because the guys who are students are our most passionate youth. These are young people who study, do sports, people aged 15 to 25. First of all, that's the prime age for an athlete. It's the age when an athlete delivers results. And it's the period in a young person's life when their values are formed, when they develop all the right, or sometimes wrong habits, when their worldview is established. And that's why through sports, through the right role models, through hard work, through honesty, through patriotism, we want to raise true patriots with strong character, ready to stand up for their homeland, not citizens of the world who are willing to change their citizenship whenever it suits them. And this series of tournaments, and the work that the Student Mixed Martial Arts League will be doing, and for us, your support, Aktaronchik, is a great help in organizing and a clear sign that we are on the right path. We are confident that, as you rightly pointed out, more people will hear us and understand us correctly. that together we will achieve more. Together we are stronger.
Well, what I really truly want to say to absolutely everyone who will see us is this, my dear friends. We genuinely need to choose our heroes very wisely. We truly need to look to the future in the most appropriate and correct way, to perceive and understand what is happening around us quite correctly, because for us, anyone who is willing to completely sell out their own homeland can never ever be considered a true hero, just for the mere sake of gaining some fleeting worldly benefits or a prestigious title, a higher rank or something else entirely. That is, whatever we do, any event, any action we take in this world, we must understand clearly that if it involves selling our conscience, honor, dignity, our homeland, or betraying our faith in God, excuse me, but I believe that it already falls into the category of betraying what our ancestors left us and what our God, the true God, has prescribed for us. And in this case, we must clearly understand that there is no need to try to divide us into Muslims, Christians, Jews, Buddhists, or anyone else. We must clearly understand that the general, so to speak, principles of our existence on this earth, as worthy people, are basically the same for all of us. There is no significant difference, neither here nor there, but I will say this. If a person, for the sake of their money, can go abroad, for example, and stay there, keeping their head down, bowing and scraping, or wearing a cross and saying that they are a Muslim or a Christian, and at the same time remain silent when their religion is being destroyed, when their brothers are being destroyed, when their homeland is being destroyed. If we see what is happening today, for example, in Israel, in Palestine, what Israel is doing in Palestine, a satanic state. If those people who claim to be Muslims, who have won some championship somewhere, or Christians who have won something somewhere, cannot even say the simplest thing about what they think is happening there, about what is happening here in the special military operation, if for the sake of money they are ready to keep silent about everything and just live quietly and peacefully, just so their piece of bread isn't taken away from them, that's not the kind of ideal you should look up to. I'm saying this to the youth. Young people need to understand that we have people who should be our ideals, those heroes we should look up to. And we have many such heroes. Russia is a country of heroes. Therefore, thank you to everyone who will create the right guidelines for themselves in this life. Ahmad is power, Russia is might, God is one.
Glory to the airborne forces, death to terrorists.
Allahu alaikum.
Если мы с вами будем видеть то, что происходит сегодня, вот скажем, в том же самом Израиле, Палестина, то, что творит Израиль в Палестине, сатанинское государство. Если те люди, которые говорят о том, что они какие-то там мусульмане, там выиграли в каких-то чемпионатах, там христиане, там выиграли где-то, они не могут сказать элементарно даже то, что думают о том, что происходит там, о том, что происходит здесь, на СВО. Ради денег, если они готовы умалчивать все и просто так прожить тихо, мирно, для того, чтобы у них не отобрали кусок хлеба, это не идеалы, на которые вы должны равняться. Это я говорю молодежи. Молодежь должна понимать, что у нас есть те люди, которые должны быть нашими идеалами, те герои, на которых мы должны равняться. А таких героев у нас много. Россия – страна героев. Поэтому спасибо всем, кто будет делать для себя правильный ориентир в этой жизни. Ахмад – сила, Россия – мощь, Бог един.
Слава ВДВ, смерть террористам.
Аллаху акбар.